It's all a lot of simple tricks and nonsense.
But it was alright.
Hello, hello, folks. We're back again to talk about a
This is not
lot
the
of
best
shit.
look for the show because your head looks so small because you're so far away. And like, I know I have a big head, man. For like,
So I need to change my whole setup just to appease you.
no. I need to
Hmm.
go to my setup, but I don't want to sit on my chair today.
Is
So
this
I'm
is
on my
this
bed.
better?
Yeah,
Is this is better? Fuck you,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. Proportionally, it is.
Shut up.
But you know what's the most important thing? We have good audio.
Is
Okay?
that better?
No,
I mean, I don't
really?
like that because I like this shot better. Yes, we have good audio. That is true.
That's true. You
You
can
know
say
what we don't have? We don't have talking point for tonight's episode
look,
at
this is
all.
my favorite thing about this show. I just go to Letterbox and see what the fuck are people posting, and then we get something.
Well, did you go to the Revenge of the Sith re-release over the weekend?
No, I want to watch. I did watch a movie this weekend. What did I watch? I watched Warfare, which was pretty cool, and I also watched Until Dawn,
Nice.
which I just watched half of it, and it was alright.
Did you see Sinners?
Yes, I have. Did
Is
you
it
watch
good?
it?
No,
It's
I
a really
have
good
not gotten
movie.
around
It's
to
a
it yet.
really good movie, man.
I
I
bought my
really,
ticket for Mission Impossible Final Reckoning today.
I have tickets for Thunderbolts on Wednesday.
You know what's weird about that though, and maybe it's just my theater, but like, so I go and see movies in Dolby, but there
Hmm.
literally are only, at least at my theater, there's only 9 o'clock showings. Like there's no every other showing is like a regular like like presentation. Like it's weird. And I want to see it in Dolby. I mean if I but like it's like an almost 3 hour movie that I'm gonna have to go to a 9 o'clock showing to see. I don't know. I'm not
Nine
really a
o'clock
fan of that.
p.m. p.m.
What? Yeah,
p.m.
9:15 p.m. is the showing. And that's every week it's like that. And I'm like, whatever movie is out, because I do understand with
Lilo
like
and Stitch.
IMAX. What did you say?
Lilo and Stitch.
That's you know what? I'm genuinely going to look this
That
up and see.
that's the same weekend. They
No,
open the
no,
same
no, but
weekend.
I'm going to
November 9th.
see. I'm actually going to literally see if you wait. Let me get the fuck out of here. Lilo and Stitch. Like, oh, tickets aren't even on sale yet. When tickets go on sale, I'm gonna see because. But you think they're gonna put that in Dolby over Mission Impossible?
Likely they will put it in Dolby and then put Mission Impossible in IMAX. Because
Mission
sometimes if they
Impossible is in IMAX. That's the big
yeah,
thing. So maybe so you oh
they
shit,
split
you're
they
right.
split the they split premium screens.
So they're giving IMAX to Mission Impossible, and they're giving most of the Dolby. That's why it's fucking 9 o'clock because they're like, oh well, there's no point in having Lilo and Stitch at 9 o'clock. All the kids are not going. Fuck. I mean, again, I could go and see they have
Exactly.
early showings on Saturday at like 9 or whatever, but like, I mean, we're movie people. I love me Dolby, so I'm forcing myself to go to a 9:15 p.m. showing for 3 hour, basically 3 hour movie just to see in Dolby when I could go to a 9 a.m. show.
I like your expression of we're movie people. Like we can come up
Well,
with a shit ton of things to say.
wait, we're
Like
saying this
we're
shit to
movie people.
but
I
to
hate
like
my
okay,
mom.
exactly. To try and explain this shit to my mom, she'd be like, "Why are you doing it?" It's like, well, you don't get it because Dolby has movie and audio and it has a nice big screen, and she'd be like, "Well, I think like it's." I mean, I'm gonna have to explain when she's asking why I'm going to a movie at 9:15.
Matt, you're almost 30, dude.
Yeah, and
You
your
don't have to
parents
explain your
don't
mom
ask you
that.
questions. I mean, like, no, but you'll ask the question, and I'll have to say, the
Oh
reason.
well, yeah. My mom doesn't ask me shit.
Yeah, well, my mom cares about me, so there's a slight
The,
difference
the,
there.
when she texts me once it's like 3 a.m.
Hi, Jake.
and I no once it's 3 a.m. and I haven't gotten home, I usually get the text of are you okay? And I just tell her, yeah, I'm good.
Are you
And then I can
question? Have you seen Accountant 2 yet?
No.
Okay. No,
Talk
because I was
about
just
3 hour movies, man. I wanna watch it, but I don't know if I want to watch a 2.5 hour movie.
what movie are you talking about? Accountant 2?
Accounting two. Yeah,
That's a 2.5 hour movie.
it's 2 hours and 22 minutes.
So okay, so this is my thing. I love the first account. I think it's one of Ben Affleck's like best performances. I think it's awesome. But like, I don't know why. Maybe they waited too long, but like the trailer looked fine, but like and I've heard good stuff, but I haven't been like super hyped to go and see it, you know? Like I have been like, man, gotta go see that this weekend, you know? Like I've
I
just
think
been
I think it was more like they were looking where to get some cash, and they were like, oh,
but it is
this.
Ben Affleck. And you said Thunderbolts is opening this weekend?
Yes,
So I guess on Saturday we'll be a bit quieter. Maybe I'll go and see it on Saturday. I'll go and see Thunderbolts next week.
I'm thinking of watching. I'm probably gonna. No, I have a really busy week this week.
Yeah.
Probably will watch Accountant because I still want to watch the Looney Tunes movie. The
Oh yeah, I didn't go and see that.
Yeah, it's still in
Yeah, I kind of want to
theaters.
see Accountant too. So maybe I'll go this week. Maybe I'll go on. Is it playing on Wednesday? Maybe I'll go on Wednesday. I don't know. Maybe I'll go on Wednesday. I don't know. Let's see. Wednesday. What are the showings like at my theater?
This is the show.
Uh,
This is exactly
there's
the
a
show we're doing.
2:45.
Matt trying to
Wait, what are you
figure
talking
out
about? The Accountant 2 is 2 hours and 4 minutes. What are you on about?
dude. Fuck, my fucking theater has the time wrong.
Yeah, I'm on Fandango right now. 2 hours and
No,
four
now
minutes.
now I double check, dude. On my fucking
Yeah,
the
I'm
theater I
like,
go,
that was,
and the
yeah.
theater I go, it says 2 hours and 20. Look,
Hmm.
144 minutes. I think it says. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't want to go watch that. Look, now they change it. It's 2 hours and
Yeah.
12 minutes.
Jesus, I don't know, man. I just like I don't know about you, but like going to see movies during the week kind of is hard for me sometimes.
I like, I do like watching it during the week. They're usually on Mondays or Tuesdays.
It's not lost on me that Abe, well, his name is Abe. Just age shame Matt's 32. I'm not 32. Me and Abe are both 28. He's just saying we're almost 30, Jake.
Yes, yes. I'm not.
So
I'm not. I'm
that's
not
the
saying.
age
I'm not
shaming is
saying.
because we're the same age.
Yes, yes.
There's an 11 o'clock show on Saturday, though. Maybe I'll go
Look,
and see.
Jake looks like he has watched the content too. That's
Like,
Jake. What does he think about the
no,
content
but
too?
like, here's my thing about seeing movies during the week. It, like, because my job, I have some days to where like I can go and see movies when the general public is still working. But then like you go and you see a 2 hour movie, even at 2 o'clock, you get out it's 4. I don't know, man. I'm just fucking tired. And you gotta get up and go to work the next day, you know?
The-
It's
You,
fucking
you,
rough.
there's something about going to a theater on a Saturday that you have free. Like you
Yeah,
said,
that's what I'm
2
saying. And
p.m.
especially you go to like a 10 or an 11 o'clock show, you get out at 1 or 2, you still have your Saturday, and you got Sunday to maybe sleep in a little bit to make
No,
up
no,
for it, you know?
and also like there's nothing like taking a nap after coming back from the theater. You buy like a pizza slice, some pizza from fucking whatever place
Yeah,
you like.
yeah, no, you get some, yeah, if you don't eat at the theater, you pick up something on the way home, you maybe watch something on streaming, and then you pass out while you're watching Malcolm in the Middle on Hulu. Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds like a nice fucking Saturday. Although it is free comic book day on Saturday, but I try to go later on in the day anyway. So, because my comic book store, they do like signings with artists sometimes. And so, I've never seen you this animated. Shit's changed. Jake, you must have not watched a lot of the Schmodown reactions if you consider this animated. Um, unless you're being facetious, which is possible. I've also learned a word or two from back then. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. But back to the free comic book day. So they'll like have like comic book artists and stuff signing, and so it can be kind of crazy. But if you go later on in the day when nobody's fucking there, it's actually kind of nice. So if I go to that, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna buy my ticket on air right now for the Accountant 2 for Saturday. I'm gonna
And he's
go.
gonna give us his debit card information. So
But no, I don't have to give you my debit. It's 11:05. You know what? Maybe no one's gonna be there because fucking everybody might be going to see Thunderbolts or something.
you're not. Have you watched the trailers for Thunderbolts?
I didn't know much of you till that New York event. You were come. Oh well, that fair enough. In person, I am. And Abe knows this from being friends with me for a while. I'm a fairly quiet person. Like this is me and Abe have been friends for like almost 10 years. So this is fun. But like yeah, like that weekend, I also suffer quite awfully from social anxiety. So that was also what you were seeing was I'm just like, there's a lot of people around me right now, and I have to socialize. So that's yeah.
I think that's the definition of social anxiety.
Yeah, just and it was a lot of my friends, a lot of people that I care about, but I was just like, there's a lot of people. And you know what? Maybe everybody's gonna go and see freaking Thunderbolts, so no one. Oh, and matinee pricing too, which is always nice. Always nice matinee pricing. Oh, I love yeah.
Which chain you go to?
AMC.
Why you don't get the pass the
You know what? My brother has asked the AMCA list. So
yeah that one.
my brother has asked me that before, and I think you of all people know, Abe. I don't go to the movies a ton, and it's like $25 a month. And I know you can see like 3 movies a week and all this, but like 1, I don't see that many movies a week. 2, from what I understand, like Fathom screenings don't count towards A list, so I'd still have to pay for
No, it
tickets,
doesn't.
and
No.
that's a lot of what I go to see. Like I just bought my ticket the other day for both the Dogma re-release and the Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade re-release, both of which would not be covered. So it's like most of the movies I go and see would not be covered. So to pay $25 a month, like it's not
But
worth it to me, you know?
like how much is the ticket for Mission Impossible?
How much? I mean, let me just look. Hold on. Like pull Fandango. Yeah, you're gonna sound like my fucking brother. I
No,
can.
well,
All
I
right.
wanna
Well,
know.
no, I'm. Yeah. Let me see. So I can really only show you. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. So I will literally pick the showing that I'm going to. So and remember, this is Dolby, so it's obviously it's a little bit. It's a premium screening. So let's just
Yeah,
see.
also you're in
Oh,
New
that's
York.
so funny. They've updated Fandango so that it's instead of exits, it's all the little planes that they're marketing. That's funny. Oh, that's clever, man. So it is before tax and without and not including the like Fandango like fee. It's $21.99 for a ticket. But again, that's a premium screen. So
You
yes,
don't go twice to the theater?
what?
You don't watch
Yeah,
the
I know, because you're sitting there going, well, you're paying $21 for a fucking movie. Wait, for 25. Not only would you be able to see that movie, but you gotta remember, I'm seeing a movie that I have seen a movie that'll be in May. That's like the one movie I'm going to see, I guess, including Account 2. I'll be seeing 2 movies. But over the course of 12 months, I'm not sure I'm going to be seeing $300 worth of fucking movies. You know?
I see what you're saying. I see what you're
And
saying.
here's the thing, too. If I wasn't like, I don't know, man. Maybe I should. maybe I should. But also then I can't use Fandango because I'd have to use. I could, but like I'd have to use the AMC app, and like I've been committed to Fandango since like I started going to see movies. So like I got a weird commitment to them too. So I don't know.
When I was in college, I loved the AMC thing because it was 3 movies a week, and I would just go spend my fucking Saturday there, and then a random Wednesday night or Thursday night, whatever, open, and I will. It was good life. You know, today this is a weird statement to start with. I
Go on.
was I was seeing these high school kids, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the weird point. But like it just no, I wasn't doing that. But it just reminded me how fucking easy life was because they were just sitting there like,
dude. Well, I
shooting the
remember
shit.
when I was in college. This was my AMC changed a bit after COVID. Like they don't start really showing movies until like 2 p.m. But like when I was in college, they would have movies at like every day, like 10 o'clock showings, like a matinee showing. And that would be on Fridays, like the new releases. I would go to a 10 o'clock show, pay $6 for a matinee ticket. It wouldn't be in like Dolby or anything, but I didn't care because I'm a college kid. But it was the best thing in the world. I'd pay $6 and I'd see, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 or Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, this, that, or the other thing. See it on a Friday because I didn't have classes on Fridays. My school only did classes Monday to Thursday. So not every Friday, but a lot of Fridays, I'd go pay $6. And like I said, talking about what we were talking about, 10 o'clock showing, you're out there by, you're out by 12, 1, 2, the latest. You still have the rest of your weekend. It was the best, man.
Look, Matt, I want to try to convince you to get the AMC thing. So next month,
you slightly were convincing me when I did realize that I'm seeing 2 movies, and it would already be. But I'm not returning my fucking tickets. So
don't you want to watch Karate Kid Legends?
Not really, actually. The trailer kind of looks like shit.
Don't you want to watch the Phonician Scheme from Wes Anderson?
No. Okay. But I do want to see Fantastic Four and Superman.
But in June. So in June. Do you want to watch From the World of John Wick Ballerina?
Well, considering I've never seen a John Wick movie.
Okay.
No.
Do you want to watch How to Train Your Dragon?
I saw that movie in theaters when it came out, so no.
No, the live action one.
Yeah, I know. No.
No. Don't you want to watch Sex? I don't know. There's a movie. For free? There's a movie called Sex with.
Well, I know that's top of your list.
Yeah. Do you want to watch? Well, I don't think there's nothing that will convince you in June. F1 with Brad Pitt.
I do want to see that. When is that? June. Well, so my birthday is on a Wednesday this year, and we've sort of, as a family, changed our celebration. So my plan right now is I'm probably going to go and see Mission Impossible for the second time on my birthday.
Look, I think your money will be worth it on.
I don't, but dude, I got fucking look,
World, right?
No, actually, I don't. I bought a car last year, so I still got financing that every month. I got fucking insurance for that shit. I got, got a lot of shit.
How much you paid of insurance for your car?
Last month it was $217.
Fuck, these insurance companies are fucking us up.
Yeah, they really fucking are. They really fucking are. $217. And that was a night before. The month before that, it was like $222 something. It went down, which I told my mom, like, should I say something to someone? I don't want to, but.
No, don't say anything.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, man. Well, yeah. Again, you sound like my brother because there is like, there are benefits to AMC A-List, and I see that, but I just, again, $300 a month. $300 a year. Like, I mean, I guess that's not even one of my paychecks. Should I sign up for AMC A List?
I don't think you have to see it like as a yearly pay. You have to see it as a monthly payment. Like,
No. But looking at it as a yearly pay, $300 that's like, it's a little less. It's a little. I get paid. I won't say the full amount, but I get paid for something a week. So like, that's like I'm giving up like partially one of my paychecks a year for this.
So just think about it, Matty. Just think about it. Now let's go to commercial.
Sign up for AMC? Should I sign? Yeah, for AMC A List. Where's Nicole get? Should I?
Do you think if you had it, you would be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go watch this movie because I had it and it's free"?
It would sometimes make it like it would probably also convince me to go to the theaters more because I'm like paying $25 a month. I should go and see a movie. I think you get free upgrades on shit.
Yeah, you get 5.
You get
so
to
for
get
every
the line. You get premier line. Fuck, Abe, you son of a bitch! And I'm signing up for fucking
don't do it
AMC
here.
List.
Don't do no. You have to.
I'm not
think on
doing it on air. I'm
No,
gonna sit. I'm gonna think. You know what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do? I'm going to. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go to my screening on whatchamacallit on Saturday. And I think based off of that, I'm going to decide what I want to do. And I will talk to one of the lovely guest relations people if I decide that I'm going to sign up for AMC A List on how to get credit for that movie that I just saw.
Yeah, sounds good. Oh, you know what? You can download the app, had it there, and if it flirts with you, like next month.
Well,
like,
and here's the thing about Fandango is because the Fathom screenings don't count, I can still use Fandango for Fathom screenings.
Exactly.
Yeah. Shit. God damn it, Abe. Am I going to sign up?
Collider, right? I started on the AMC days, so my it was kind of a dream come true when I went to an AMC theater.
Yeah, was it? Let's see, Jake. A couple of things here. Yep, we still Action Army, motherfuckers. That's right. I have a local theater, non AMC. That sucks. Yeah, that's hard when you don't have like a chain for these like Fathom screenings. I'm not sure if that's Fathom or not, but yeah. I'm seriously surprised all the shows Revenge of the Second, all these rednecks are nerds. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm honestly thinking, should I just sign up for AMC A List right now? Like you kind of genuinely convinced me.
Don't do.
Wait, why are you telling me not to? Why? You're breaking up, Abe. Now you're breaking up on me. Now you're frozen. You're frozen, Abe. Oh, I think you're back.
No. Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. I think.
I'm back. Okay. You have to. You cannot take a big decision in an emotional state.
You're right. Yeah, I need to sit with it. I need to really think it out. I also need to make sure because like it may not even be $25 anymore. You know, like it may not be actually. Hold up here. See up to 3 movies every week. Make free ticket reservations starting at, well, that's $19.99 a month, but there's probably different plans. Let's see. So that's my theater. Will you use your A-list membership in other states? No. Um. See up to what the fuck? Oh, look at that. A-list. Look at that. A-list program changes starting May 2025. See up to 4 movies every week in any state for $27. 4 movies in 48 states. Wait, what? 2025. Wait, hold on. I'm so confused right now. See up to 4 movies every week excludes California and New York. So I can't get that one. That's weird. But then the cheapest one. Wait, no, dude, hold on. I'm so fucking confused here. Because it's saying use membership. Okay, so the one that recommended to me, AFC stubs, see movies in 34 states. Use your membership in 34 states, but it excludes New York. So
What's the
it's
other
not.
option?
No, but the only one that doesn't exclude New York is the $27 one, the most expensive one.
Well, but it's $3 more, Matthew. Just don't offer your combo at Jack in the Box, and man, you'll be alright. Just don't buy that
What
bag
the
of
hell?
chips.
Dude, I don't know, man. That's kind of, I gotta look into this now more because that is confusing the shit out of me. Because it's like,
I remember last time I signed up for that thing. Been a while
because
ago.
you're California.
Yeah. I just don't have an AMC near me. I just have a Cinemark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Now because of that bullshit, I'm convincing myself out of it.
You know, in Mexico there's a similar thing, but it's I would say it's probably like it's like $300 a month, but you can
3
watch a movie.
pesos.
No, like
Does it get
like
pulled
6.
in by a goat?
No,
Does it get projected on a donkey's ass? Hey, it's okay. The movie, it fell off the back of a truck, okay? It's okay. Just give us the money. We shot you the movie. Yeah.
you know. Let's end the
Like,
stream.
did
Let's
you
end this
ever
fucking
watch
stream.
the Amanda Show growing up?
Let's fucking end this
Wait,
stream. I don't
hold up.
I
Do you
don't want to
remember?
continue. I don't want to continue
Shut
this
the
level
fuck
of
up, Nate.
racism and
Do you-
discrimination against
Yeah,
my
well,
people.
you've said just as much shit about me as a white person over these years. I want
You're
to.
not even Irish. You think you're Irish, but you're
I
not
said it's a
even
white
Irish.
person.
Yeah, but I just
Am
have
I
to shoot
not
you.
white?
Well, supposedly, you act like a bitch to white people.
Oh,
That's what you are. You're a little bitch. What are you looking for?
I'm
White?
looking for. Did you ever watch the Amanda Show growing up?
Yes, but I don't remember much.
Well, I'm interested to see if this sketch like just kind of rings home for you because of like just the movies I assume you watched growing up.
Yaga, welcome to our video store. How am I to be helping you?
I want to see the manager right now.
Papa, this lady, she screams for you.
Yaga, I'm Gnocchi Blocchi. How may I be of servicing you?
Yes, I rented these movies here yesterday, and I am very upset. This isn't Star Wars, The Phantom Menace at all.
No. Yesterday, you did not ask for Phantom Menace. You asked for Phantom Menace.
Phantom? Well, just look at this movie. Play it.
Yaga.
I am upset with you. Now, because of this, I must whack you with my saber of light.
But the Force, she is with me. If you whack me, I will whack you back with my saber of light. Ow. Ow.
Ow.
Do you think he had already been molested there?
Yes, it's better. This
Oh.
was my son want biscotti and my daughter Blinny. It's true.
Thank you. If you wait for having my autograph, I will sign my face for you.
I don't want your signed face.
Well, I assume those were the movies that you saw growing up.
You know what?
What?
I used to be a consumer of piracy in Mexico. Man.
You know what? I think I've told this on there. My parents were huge into so there was a bar going on it, and there was this Chinese lady who sold all the movies, like everything. We have, I shit you not, in our house, our TV stand, we got 2 drawers full of fucking bootlegs.
Dude, you would
And
describe the
something-
scene to your friends like, yeah, you watch Finding Nemo where the lady stands in front of everybody.
No. What? A lot of, so once in a while you would get those types, but for the most part it would be like the scans. Now the problem with that was a lot of times it would have the Chinese subtitles at the bottom. Every once in a while though, you would get like a fucking DVD rip that was literally like, I had one for Moneyball that literally was just the DVD. Like it had the menus and everything on that
Oh
shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Of course.
But-
I
But story about that. So Kick-Ass 2 came out, and me and my friend Jared went to go and see it. But if you remember, it was R-rated. And we're like, they're not gonna card us. And even if they do, we'll just be like, we're 17. Well, we get up there and they card us. They card us. And we're like, oh, we create our IDs at home. And they're like, yeah, you're not getting in. We're like, fuck. So we went back to my house and I was like, you want to just watch a bootleg of it online? So we go online and we find a bootleg. You know, it's fucking handy cam or watching whatever. But then partway through recording, I guess the dude next to him was talking or something. But you hear him very muddily, but we literally rewind it and turn the volume up. He goes like, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna kick the fuck out. Recording this to sell, motherfucker. Oh man, we fucking died.
He was
We're
like,
that's,
you're ruining my product, man.
you're ruining my shit, dude. Oh, so there's a story talking about Chinese bootleg lady. Suicide Squad Fight 16 comes out. Me, my dad, and my brother went to go and see it in the theater, but my sister didn't. So of course, you know, Chinese lady, my dad buys it so she can watch it. She puts it on. It's it. Oh, that's not Suicide Squad. It's kid you not. I guess it got screwed up, but it was fucking porn.
Do your sister like it though?
No.
Whoa, I don't know. Maybe she enjoyed it more. Dude, it could have been worse. It couldn't be worse than the movie. Think about that.
That's my favorite DC movie. What are you talking about?
No way.
Yeah, it's Suicide Squad, dude. Come on. You really are going to tell me a fucking movie that lines like, what are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad?
Dude, I like that
movie
line.
of all time.
I will defend that line for life.
You really don't think you don't like that moment when Enchantress is like, Deadshot, I'm gonna kill you. Deadshot says, keep my name out your fucking mouth.
Matt, that was the Oscars. Actually, fucking Will Smith did.
What?
Fucking Will Smith. Why did he kick
You didn't end that statement. You're just like, why didn't he kick?
No, why did he fucking slap Chris Rock, you know? Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I know why, but like, do you think like it's like an asterisk on his career?
It
Like-
really it's ultimately it's sad because like him winning that Oscar that night will forever be connected. Like more people remember him doing that than winning the Oscar that night.
Yeah,
And then
nobody-
his speech, I remember was like weirdly like trying to defend his actions because he was like, Richard King was a protector, like some shit like that. And I remember being like, well, he's just trying to justify his actions earlier, isn't he? Like,
Yeah, and it's like a fucking 10-minute speech. It's really
yeah,
long.
and people like Jim Carrey talked about it. It was like they give him a standing ovation for that. Like,
Yeah, think about that. Yeah, think
well,
about that.
it's just like I've said, I'm like, why didn't they just remove it? They should have removed him. And then okay,
I think they asked Chris Rock. They
he
asked Chris Rock.
Yeah, well, I think Chris Rock was just trying to. I think he was just like trying to not make more of it. Like it was already a thing, but I think he was just afraid that like getting it removed, and it would, because look, we already know the stories that there were people who went to fucking Will Smith's like defense and made sure he was okay like immediately afterwards. So it's like I think Chris Rock kind of smartly read the room and was like, if I fucking get him thrown out, people are gonna like be pissed at me the entire night. So fuck it, you know. But oh, don't you love Abe when he removed himself from the Academy so he can't win an Oscar after already winning an Oscar?
I think they removed him.
Did that? I've heard two versions. I've heard he removed himself and I've heard they removed him.
They
But it's like
expelled
he won the Oscar race. So who gives a shit? You know, like
for 10 years.
but he won the Oscar already. So who gives a fuck?
And you know what? It's one of his better performances. Honestly.
We've talked about this on air. I have not seen that movie, and I honest to God refuse to ever watch it actually because of that. And again, look, I saw Bad Boys Ride or Die. It's if there are things he's in, but I refuse honestly to ever watch King Richard now because
Dude,
of that.
even with Bad Boys, the latest one,
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't feel right watching it. You know?
Yeah, I did. You were the one who convinced me to go and see it, by the way. I was ready to be like, no. And you were like, no, go separate the art from the artist.
I
Which
did
I've
say
said
that?
before. Yeah, you did. It's on an episode of this fucking show.
Oh, no, yeah, do that. But still, like it
But
feels
no,
weird.
it was weird. No, it was to like watch the movie and to be like still enjoying him as that character. It was like, yeah, you just. I mean, even when I watch stuff like Men in Black or like Independence Day, and I'm like, I still like you, but it's like when I watch Steven Seagal movies from like the 90s, it's like, oh man, you're really cool. But I also know you're like a horrible piece of shit. So this just kind of makes it really fucking hard to watch,
Yeah,
you know?
like I don't want to watch. I never watched Chinatown, right? I don't want to watch Chinatown.
Yeah, Roman Polanski. No, I get that.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't. I look. I really like Woody Allen as a director, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard for me to go back to his filmography because of that. Like, I don't
No,
want to.
and look, there are people I know with. Yeah, look, I love Mel Gibson as an actor. He's done a lot of movies that I love, but like I totally understand people who are like, I can't watch his stuff. And I get that. And I'm not going to judge you for that. If you can't watch Braveheart after, hearing what he said, then that's you're well within your rights, you know?
But I think there's a difference, and like you can say a lot of things, right? For more like, and I know that words are more than actions or whatever. But
Yeah.
there's a line when you cross physical attacks towards people of any kind that
Okay,
makes it
yes.
harder.
Is there a difference between and people can get mad at us for saying this and have this conversation, but you know what? Welcome to the show, and no one watches this anyway, so it doesn't matter. There is a bit of a difference between Mel Gibson being drunk, and everyone knew he was drunk when he made that phone call, which most people don't say are not the most sane of mind when they're drunk, versus, as far as we know, sober Will Smith assaulting Chris Rock for making a joke. That, in the grand scheme of things, wasn't really that mean. Like, again, I don't have alopecia. Is that oh shit? I know. I want to say that's what she has, but like, I get it. But like, it wasn't like he was like, "Hey guys, look at the fucking sick lady over there." He was just commenting on her like crew cut and was like, "GIJ2, looking forward to it." Like that
No,
was the
man,
joke.
but like they've been around for so long, and the Oscars is about that, whatever you want it or not.
Well, and isn't
Like they
I mean,
poke fun of everybody
don't
there.
forget when Ellen DeGeneres hosted the Oscars and she was like making fun of Liza Minnelli. She's like, "Oh man, sir, that's the best Liza Minnelli cosplay I've ever seen." Like, so that like again, it's entirely possible. Chris Rock might not have even known she was sick. He might have just thought that was some fucking Hollywood thing that she cut all her hair off. You know, it's not that surprising.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you know, so it's like he may have not even known that she was sick. Because honestly, knowing Chris Rock, like, I feel like he probably wouldn't have made a joke if he knew that she had done that because she was sick.
Look, man. Have you ever make a joke at expense of somebody that you don't know they have something?
Yeah, everybody does. Everybody does.
Yeah,
And then
and then they well, maybe not to their face, right? Well, then they'll
no,
say
not to
like,
their
hey,
face, obviously.
yeah, like, dude, if
Not their
I'm
face,
sorry,
but
let's be honest.
But the Oscars, the Golden Globes, there is this sense of if you were in that room, you're the elite of Hollywood, and the host and presenters, especially if they're comedians, they're not their full job, but like it's kind of expected that they're going to take the piss out of you. You know, like Ricky Gervais when the last year he hosted the Golden Globes, took the piss out of everyone. You know, he took the piss out of Mel Gibson. Remember when he was like, "What does sugar tits actually mean?" You know, like da-da-da. And then Mel Gibson got it back because, like, man, I love seeing Ricky every 4 years because he reminds me of going at a colonoscopy. Like, that's what you do, you know. Like,
Yeah,
or
but
I
the
love when
main,
Jason Momoa was presenting. Ricky was like, "I'm not gonna make a joke about this guy because he beat the shit out of me." You
I
know,
think
like,
the main question, and you brought it up. What the fuck does sugar tits even mean, man?
but you know what I'm saying, man. And I will say, I think someone on TikTok like the day after, I think someone on TikTok like the day after, I think someone on TikTok the day after they said it best to where they said, you know, Will Smith is such a brave man. I've never seen someone defend another man's woman like that.
Honestly, that's the saddest part of the whole. Like, like Chris Rock Sheen is gonna be okay, but nobody's gonna say Will Smith's dignity, man. Like people can frame everything as love and stuff. Like, oh, if you love somebody, no, there's a level of self worth that you need to have.
What did you say? I'm sorry, I got distracted. Someone sent
No,
me a
no,
message.
no,
Just repeat that again, please.
Now I'm gonna ignore you.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. ADD.
No,
I can only focus on one thing at a time.
no.
Okay, fine.
Keep doing your show. I guess it's just your show.
Fuck you.
Keep doing your show. Go ahead. La 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 la
Oh,
la
babe, you're such an asshole.
la 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 la.
Why are you like this, man?
What?
I apologize. I let you know. It's my fucked up brain.
I forgot what I say, honestly. I just
Oh,
forgot.
okay.
Jake is. Ah,
Idiot. I wonder where Malcolm is. He must be working. Usually he's our.
I think Malcolm is in jail, man.
Usually he'd be complaining to us about something that we said earlier this week. And I
Man,
love Malcolm for that.
if you were in jail, man, like let's be honest.
Yeah, I'd be someone's bitch immediately. Yeah.
But
Okay.
what's the reason? What's the reason you're in jail?
Because I don't know. I don't know, man. I actually don't really do a lot, so I don't know what's gonna wind me up in prison.
There's something
I
like
can fix several things.
I
First
think
off,
I would do forging. I
what'd you
forged
say?
a lot of documents. I forged a lot of documents. I changed
Sure, you
stuff.
would admit that on air?
I've done it a couple times, so definitely that's the main reason. That's that's like it
The
would be like
main-
a it would be like a white collar crime, you know? It wouldn't be like killing people or hitting somebody. It would be a white collar crime.
Okay. Well, fair
Also,
enough.
I burned $1 on there once, which
Yeah, that's
technically
right. You did burn that $1.
yeah, and I didn't know it was a federal crime, but it was committed in Mexican ground. So Kristen,
Well,
Kristen, Kristen, Kristen.
yeah, Kristen said that on air. She was like, "Isn't
Yeah,
that a crime?" And you were like, "Mm,
no, she was
okay."
like, he's committing a federal crime on air.
Oh my god, man. Those are fucking crazy times back then. Those, geez, that
Yeah,
had to have been like 2017, 2018. Jesus.
2017
The live show, man. That was Fridays, right?
Fridays, exactly.
Yeah, it was Fridays because, yeah, Schmoes No Show was still happening. So that was Thursdays would be Schmoes No.
We're
And
gonna
then we would go on
we're gonna
Fridays.
start doing the late night with Take Three again. Uh,
With whom?
you,
This
you're
is basically late night with Take Three.
you're gonna be the host. I'll be the guest. We'll bring. Let me go
Once
to the
again,
Take Three group.
so like this show, basically,
No, no.
you do
Take
realize
Three.
that who's going to be on this, Abe? Who
Take Three
again
product.
besides
Okay,
you and I?
I'm trying to bring a group together, man.
Are you actually gonna make a fucking Jesus
We're
Christ?
gonna invite. Look, who comments on Malcolm's thing? We're gonna invite Jordan Owens, Dan Skipallen, and Jordan Anderson, and we're gonna have the JJ segment where both Jordans fight about their favorite movie.
Part of you, I think, is joking, and there's another part of you that I'm going to be added into a fucking Facebook group tonight with these people. And then I'm going to have to be able to explain this isn't real, guys. Abe is just being Abe. Go about your
Look, and
day.
it's funny because they commented on top 12 Michael B. Jordan movies. Michael B. Jordan hasn't been in 12 movies, man. Come on.
How many movies has he hasn't been in 12 movies?
I mean, he has, but we know that Michael B. Jordan hasn't started 12 movies.
Well, I mean, he is one of those people to where it's like technically is it more than 12? Sure, but like how many it's like
Yeah, it's like saying
and
like
Four
I don't know.
Stick, the Creed
Eh,
movies,
okay,
Sinners.
okay. Let's see Michael B. Jordan. Okay, we'll give him Sinners. Let's start counting, man.
What?
The three
I don't
Creed
even,
movies. The three Creed
I
movies,
don't
dude.
even understand what this is in reference to. Did we bring up anything about Brian? Are you on the wrong stream? I
I
don't know
think
what
he,
that's in reference to.
I think he heard the Jordan reference where they fight for like their
Oh,
favorite. Maybe
oh,
he knows
oh,
those
that's a
guys' favorite
reference.
movies.
We don't
Maybe,
we don't uh we don't really watch other people's channels, so if that's a reference to something, we've missed said reference.
man. I barely watch myself, man.
Yeah, I mean
Okay,
like I watch a lot of shit, but like, you know, yeah, I don't really watch. I mainly watch like I'll watch like these episodes like once to see if the stream like actually uploaded, and then that's kind of it.
look. So
Oh,
Michael
okay,
B.
it was a
Jordan has been in
reference.
Chronicle, Just
Okay.
Mercy, Without
Are you
Remorse.
just gonna list out his fucking IMDb?
Oh wait, remove filters. Oh no, he has started more things. So Black Panther. Wait, what the fuck? He was in Space Jam.
Space Jam 2, I
Look,
guess.
my friend Brian Nussbaum knows there's two favorite movies, man. So there you go. They're gonna fight about Logan and Eternal Sunshine.
Stop. Please
There you
stop.
go.
Stop,
So
please.
that's gonna be the title for the first show. Logan versus Eternal Sunshine.
I
Watch Jay.
refuse
What?
to be a part of this, by the way. This can all be you. Do not add me to this.
Matt, you have to be the host. I cannot host, dude.
Shut the fuck up. I'm not doing this. I don't want any part of this.
Dude, what the fuck? I thought we were in this together.
We're in this together. This show is what we're in together.
You've been crazy for the last fucking 10 years. Like, hey man, the good old days. Ooh, let's bring back the good old days.
No, because you can't bring back the good old days. Because in the good old days, I was fucking 20 years old. I was still in college. I didn't have all these bills. I wasn't staring down the barrel at 30 and seeing how little I'd done with my life. I still had hope back in the good old days, okay?
Well, let's go hope back again.
Hope
Look.
back again. I don't think that's how it works. But
I bet there's gonna be a hooker around New York that's called Hope. And no, we pay her for her to be your new hope. That's a great Star Wars reference. Your new hope.
I got it. It's clever. Jesus fucking Christ.
So it's just about you wanting to renew hope.
I think that's gonna renew my hope.
And
if
then
anything, that's gonna make it
and
worse.
then guess what? This guy from you know which country I'm talking about comes back, and we call it The Empire Strikes Back.
And then what? Jacob comes back and return the J guy.
Nah.
Then there's the Phantom Malcolm.
No.
The Chris's because we get Noman and Clark back.
There you go. There you go. Two fun fuckers that sing.
Revenge of the Smith. We get Kristen to do a stream again.
Exactly.
What the fuck are the sequels though? We got Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker.
What's the... No, I had a really dark joke about it.
Put it in the private chat. I make sure it's in the private chat. And not the don't do like the thing I did once.
It's like really bad. Like
yes, that's why you need to give me it in the fucking private chat because what's ever in my head will not be nearly as fucking funny as what your fucked up brain just came up with. Here we go. That's fucked up, man.
I know.
Really
I know.
You're a sick individual. You know that? Like a really fucking sick individual.
Yeah, it was wrong. It's like really wrong. It's because I was just thinking about who died.
You're fucked up. All right. Well, Jesus Christ. After that, is this gonna be another stream? We're gonna have to unlist now.
We didn't say anything bad.
Well, technically speaking, we didn't say anything bad. Actually,
You just read it and laughed about it.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about our whole Star Wars thing just now.
Oh no, I don't care.
I mean, also technically, we didn't say anything bad. We didn't say anything derogatory.
So who's gonna be the Rogue One? I know who's gonna be Rogue.
Rob
I don't
one.
know who's gonna be Rogue.
Well, Robert, was it Parker the only Rob we had? Who's gonna be Solo?
We can you because you're alone.
So are you.
I know. But I thought about it first.
Can we get into the TV shows too? Is there like an Andor? And
Oh fuck no. Well, you know who was our B League? What's the name of these fuckers that stole our logo?
Oh Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Oh my! Talk about something I did wrong. Oh my God! Yeah, I remember.
What's the name of those leagues I always wanted to be like Take Three, but was never able to?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say about
Look,
it. But...
Reese, I have a lot of respect for them because they still do it.
Mhm.
But I think the level, maybe quality of matches, but I think that once they start, I'm not gonna add myself to it because I didn't start it. Once they started doing the fan leagues, what was the fan movie trivia schmoedowns? How we call it?
Yeah, that's what we called it, and then we called it that up until Christian told us we couldn't call it that anymore.
Yeah, but I think we reached. Yeah, I think we were the only league that got like mention, no?
We were the only. It's not. We were the only one for the longest time. It's like after shows. There was the rundown, and then there was us, and then other people started doing that shit. But for a long time, and this is the thing that like Take Three never, I think, got the mentions when we should have, because we were at the forefront of tons of shit. You know, we were the first channel to ever do team reactions. There was Late to the Party where it was Rob and Vanessa and sometimes Tim, but like it was really just the two of them. For the most part, you had like JTH and some other people who were doing cigarette. We were the first ones to ever have like a rotating like panel people. Now, like I said, there was the rundown, and then there was us as far as after shows were concerned for a hot minute. And then there was like All Abouts, Dan and Leah, who were great. And then that was kind of, and then as time went on, you got more and more, but a lot of people didn't stick with it. And that was the difference, was a lot of people didn't stick with it because I think let's be honest here, they looked at us and went, well, Take Three got mentioned on this and da-da-da. Why aren't we getting mentioned? Oh, we're not fucking doing this. And you do realize, like, we were literally spending, like, we were investing a lot of time into content creation for that stuff. Like, our shows were, I'm not trying to be mean, our shows were like as professional as a bunch of people who weren't making any money off of this stuff could be. Like between you and Clark, like our graphics and everything were really to a high standard. Our editing, when you would watch the fucking episode and actually edit it, or to a high standard, like, and then the discussions, like, we were all fans. And I've talked about this before. There were some people who all remain nameless, who gave themselves an acronym, who I still, to this day, really don't believe actually watched the Schmodown. So, we all did, But yeah, no one ever,
it was like talking about the summit. Like there were times, like let's be honest,
yeah,
the matches we couldn't care less about them, and I could sense the
yeah.
the
Oh,
energy in the room.
there were. If you go back and if you were to watch, which you can still find them, if you would go back and you would watch every episode of the summit, there are some weeks to where like. And look, I'm not even saying, like, because there were some weeks I wasn't on panels, but, like, there were some weeks to where it's, like, you could tell, like, depending on who was like, Jordan or Jordan, sorry, I was reading, Jacob or Kristen was, like, really struggling to be like, let's get fucking hyped and talk about these matches, because it's like, oh, nothing really fucking happened this week, did it? And you just be like,
yeah, a lot of
well, you know what, I'm really interested to see where they go from here. And it's just like, oh, well, all right. But we still did a good job.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Behind, like, if somebody watches this, there was this editorial note to turn things positive.
Well, under the regime of one person there was, and under the regime of another person, they were a little bit more okay with us being critical. And I'm not going to say whom or why, but there was a person who I think quite enjoyed when we were only positive and never critical. Even though our criticism was never like, this sucks, this is bad. It was from people who loved the show, just being like, yeah, this didn't work for me, and explaining why it didn't work for us. But, some people can't take that criticism in from, once again, people who weren't making money for this, were spending their free time creating basically free promotion for your product. But whatever. You and I are probably the only people who still talk about the Schmodown. Let's be fucking honest about that.
You know what? Today, I don't know what. Maybe because you sent me the message. I was thinking. I don't know what I was watching, or I was thinking like, if we were to ask Carlos right now, like an honest, like an interview about the Schmodown. Like, what would he say that he would have done differently? Because it's the thing that brought us together. It was a really great product. I will argue that It was a
I
great
I will
product.
say, dude, I was just the other month. I got on one of the every so often I get on a Schmodown binge where I'll just watch some of my favorite matches. And I'll say this: from 2016 to 2018, those seasons were fucking spectacular. Like the characters they were making, the storyline, like it was a really good product, you know. Um, but yeah, no, it would be interesting, I think, especially with because geez, when did they stop? 21, 2021.
21, I think 21.
So you're what is that?
4 years removed.
4 years removed? Like so now you don't have the immediate heartbreak of it's gone. Like I am I gonna send the dude a message? No, but I'd be interested to see what he would say, kind of having obviously you and I followed him for many years and I had behind the scenes interactions with him. Like I'd be interested in what he would say. If I had to take a wild guess, he would spin it and it would be, oh well, COVID and some other shit, even though it wasn't
Which
just
is
that.
true. No, like it's true.
No.
Like let's be
I'll
honest.
say this.
COVID,
I will say
COVID
this.
killed.
COVID definitely had to because they were right before COVID. They were really gearing up for like live events was going to be a like key component of the Schmodown, and then couldn't do live events anymore, and two they couldn't even film in the same place. So then they were doing it on Twitch, and like I think that again, me and Abe both stopped watching around the same time. So I wasn't watching when the Twitch era happened, but I think you and I even said we watched like a match or something where we're like, yeah, if I wasn't not watching this, if I hadn't stopped watching this already, that would have been where I just would have been like,
No, it became the fan leagues, man.
yeah,
Like sadly was what it became.
And that's not their fault. And then they came back, and from everything I saw, because I did watch the finale, they upped the production value of it, and they really tried to, but I think by that point, I think the writing was just kind of on the wall at that point. I think unfortunately, I think the Twitch era, you lost a lot of fans. And again, I don't know this. I was not in the world like I was before, but like just from the feel, I feel like you lost a lot of fans already. And then also because of COVID, the internet just blew up with streaming services and YouTube channels and all that. Like there was just so much more content that like it's unfortunate because I know Malcolm was still loving it. Like there were definitely people who were still loving it. I know two guys who were working on the show. Like, there were people who, were still heavily invested in it. But I think that's where like it being an independently produced internet series at that point, the unfortunate thing is like when you're doing it at Collider, you can kind of have views and it's okay, but when you're independently producing this stuff and every dollar is going into it, if you're not really getting a lot out of it, like I totally get why they stopped it, like I totally get why they stopped doing the show.
I think the thing that killed them, is you double your roster or you triple it.
They doubt like I mean because even though I wasn't following anymore because like my friends, like I said, some of them were still watching, some of them worked on it, so they would retweet stuff and so I would see and I'd just be like, who the fuck even are any of these people? Like so many of the people that like we knew and watched like weren't even really competing anymore.
No, and it's not that those people weren't good. I bet you like they
were I'm sure they were great. Whoever the new champion was, Adam Weber, I'm sure he was fantastic.
But you cannot have like 20 competitors or you cannot have 40 competitors going at it. No, you have to
again, that's why I say like you look at like the roster of like the last like full season I watched and was invested in the 2018 season. It was a big roster, but like it still kind of felt like you knew who everybody was in that roster. Like
Which
you
which season are you talking? Was it like Spectacular 2 or 3?
Spectacular 3.
So what's
Like Who's the Boss was a team that season. That was when Shirewolves won the championship and then defended at Spectacular 3. That was the infamous breaking up of the team action. Drew tackled Bateman at the end of it.
Okay, yeah, that one was the last one I watched.
The full season. That was the last like full season I was like super invested in.
Yeah, it was.
I still watched it the next season, but that's
it was a manageable and stuff, huh?
yeah. You're a buffoon. You're a baboon. Yeah? Well, you're a buffoon.
Dan Murrow versus Clark Warwick, Maya Canopic versus Ethan Erwin versus Roca.
Who is that? Wait, which is this?
The Spectacular 3. No, you're talking about Spectacular 2, man.
Oh shit. That was 2018 was Spectacular 2.
Yeah.
Because wait, did I not even watch Spectacular 3? Wait, let me see this. Let me pull up. Jesus. Well, yeah, no, because okay, I can tell you when I can tell you I don't know which season it is, but I could tell you which one of the last episodes I watched was.
Spectacular 3 was the main event, Sam versus Karloff. When Karloff was champion.
Okay, so I stopped. Oh Jesus, this is. Oh yeah, I forgot. They you can't. Collider took all this shit off, so I don't know if they have like the actual air date. Yeah, no, this is. Was it 2020?
No.
That sound right? No, this had to have been from 2019 because the last match I really watched was Mark Riley versus Janine. And
because then a spectacular. Look, I'm looking at this. A Spectacular 4 was a live event between Bayman and what's Paul Oyama, where it was a really. I remember I watched this one live actually. I remember seeing that main event and thinking like, oh, this actually sucks, because the match was like really bad. Like Paul just choked under the lights.
Oh, Jay. Yeah, again, that's like I said, 20. And look, I'll be perfectly honest with you. Like 2017 was probably the best season of the whole show. Like, I'll be perfectly honest. I think because like 2016 was awesome. Like the beginning of the Clyde era, like the build up between Campy and Merle was like that's what got me to watch the show. And then you had like JT's turned into Little Evil. You had the rise of Dan Merle. You had Roca. Like it was really fucking good. But then 2017, it almost felt like they just built off of that. They just had established it at Collider, what it was going to be at Collider, and then they just, fucking, Wait, also, by the way, it was definitely Schmodown Spectacular 3. Let me just look up the Schmodown thing.
Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back, Matt. I just have to go do something quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I guess I just completely. Oh, yeah. No, wait, yeah. Canopic versus Kalinowski. Yep. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Always Mr. Right. 'Cause we are living in a material world, in a material world. You know that we are living in a material world, and I am a material. I don't know why that song is stuck in my head. Well, there you go. Welcome to that. 'Cause we are living in a material world, and it's always so awkward when one person leaves and you're just kind of, just kind of stuck doing nothing. Jesus, man. Yeah. Let's see. Let's just shut up. So like, looking at this was. Wait, no. Hold on. No, yeah, because I definitely watched Houston. Yes, I watched the Collision 3. Hey, what's up? So, okay, so I definitely I'm literally looking this up. I definitely watched the 2019 season because I'm like, oh yeah, there's a ton of these matches that I remember watching. So I definitely watched this. So I must have stopped, I guess, season. Would that make sense? Let me just see. Yeah, so I stopped in 2020 was when I stopped watching because like the last match I really watched was Mark Riley versus Janine. So okay, so I watched from 2016 to 20 whatever. Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? No, I can't hear you. Try talking. Technical difficulties, my old friend. Oh.
Hello, it's me.
Hey, I can hear you.
Now I can hear you too.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So what I was saying was, so I definitely watched the 2019 season. So I stopped in 2020 with watching the show. That's when I stopped watching.
So 2019 was the Schmoren Spectacular 3, right?
No, Shimano Spectacular 4.
So 4 was the live event?
I guess it was a live event. I can't fucking remember.
Oh yeah, I still watching
If
after
you
3.
if you go to the archives I'll send you a link. If you go to the archives thing, they have like on the homepage, and I'll send it to you. They have like it broken up into the eras and like they have it broken up into the eras, and then you can just kind of like.
Oh no, yeah, I watched the season 6. I did watch that one.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. For some reason, I thought I didn't, but I must have.
No, you know what it was? Like, well, maybe for me, it was that I watched it, but I wasn't on the storylines much.
I think the thing is about this season was I think this was when I wasn't watching every episode. This was also when I stopped being on the summit. Was like during it because of that, because it was like I'm not watching everything, so like Jesus, I used to write for the Schmodown. Fuck me. I used to write questions for that shit.
You know, fuck it. I did watch the whole fucking season, man. Why am I gonna lie to you? I didn't watch this whole fucking season. Like watching all the matches.
What do you think I'm gonna like? What do you think I'm gonna be like? Oh, you piece of shit! I don't care.
No, but I'm looking at all the matches and I'm like, yeah, I watched this.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like I'm looking at and I'm like, okay, there's definitely. I did not watch every match, but I watched a good majority of them.
Yes.
Yeah, but then I go to whatever that is, season 7. No, season 7. I'm like, yeah, I watched Mark Riley versus Janine. And then that was it. Like because the thing about this season was the 2020 was when they did the whole like
draft.
Oh yeah, and there's all teams and everybody's, and I just remember Mark won the match, but at the end it was just like, so what does this win mean for Dada? And I was like, why are you not talking about Mark's career? Why are you talking about the fucking like? I don't care. I just remember like I just remember being like, this is I'm done with this shit. I wrote a whole article about this, so if you can find that somehow, because I privatized it on my WordPress, then God bless you. You can hear me talk about all this shit.
I think we should do a documentary, man.
About the Schmodown?
Yes.
Should we? I feel like you and I, as the only two people who still fucking think about this shit, we're the only people qualified to. Problem is, I don't speak to anybody who used to be on the show, really.
Yeah, but what we have to do is we actually have to so you have to sacrifice, and I'm telling you, Matthew, because I believe in you.
Why do I have to sacrifice?
You have to watch the whole new seasons. The ones you haven't watched.
That. I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
you have to do it. You have to watch 2 more seasons of the Schmodown.
2 more seasons? It's not 2 more seasons. It is not 2 more seasons. No, it is. It is not. It is. Because I did not technically watch season 7, so it is. Oh, I guess it is just 3 seasons. Fuck, it really didn't last long after I stopped. But I'm not fucking doing that. Fuck that shit, babe. Fuck that shit. Matthew. But you know what? You know what we're not going to fuck? The opportunity to do our favorite thing in the world.
Rank stuff?
No.
Oh.
The Schmodown. It was great. Until it wasn't.
I'm Diablo. And I just want to say, I'm going to come back.
I'm Todd Danino. I was on this shit.
Guillermo del Toro.
It's Scott Nance. Movie release dates.
Roca, you're the father.
And it's Andrew Guy is the son.
Yes.
Movie trivia.
Schmodown.
Harloff.
Schmodown.
Ellis.
You caught me off guard. I thought you were
Yeah,
gonna
I
put
know, I
something
did.
else.
What else would I have done? We love doing that.
I thought you were gonna do rankings on something.
What the fuck would we rank? Rank the Schmo. We're gonna rank every Schmodown match from 2014 to 2018.
I'll be honest with you, we probably could rank like the first 4 seasons.
The Collider era? Yeah, the 16 to 18. We probably could.
But we're not gonna do that because
Yeah, because we don't care that much.
no, it was
I mean, the best match of all time is Riley versus Broca 3.
Yes.
It had a great storyline build up for me. It had a great fucking ending. I think it was a well balanced, a really well played game between both competitors. There wasn't really any BS in it. You know, it really just kind of, you know, because look, the Schmodown was not safe from like, there were some times to where there was like a call or something to where you're like, and that kind of just muddies the match.
You know what's my favorite match of all? One of my favorite matches is Spectacular 1. Team Trek versus Machinima ETC. That's one of the most fun matches ever. That actually felt like
matches from Spectacular 1. That's the one you go with?
Yes.
Fair enough. Yeah, you really were an ETC guy.
Yeah.
You were,
dude, like I think that you know what it is? If I were on the fucking show, I would be them. Like I don't care about this. I just want to have fun. Like it's not that serious.
You and me, if we were on that show, we would have been like the Wildberries. 100%. We would have been like, we don't give a fuck if we went. We're just on the Schmodown.
Yeah. And I think that's something that I don't know, like. Look, I will be lying to you if it's like if I was in any competition, I would like to win.
Yeah,
yes,
me too.
Of course,
dude.
But
I
at the
remember
end of the day, it's like it's movie trivia.
Movie trivia, like that was okay. So like talking about the fan Schmodown League, like when I was competing, like I wanted to win, but it was also just like kind of fun to play. You know, like you wanted to win, but it was also just like it was kind of, especially with that, it was just like it doesn't really mean anything. It's just kind of like we're all fans of the Schmodown. We're kind of just gonna do our own thing here. Some people made characters, some people like did it. It was just, yeah, but like you know, you and I, yeah, we'd be like, yeah, we want to win, but like, fuck it, man, this just be fun. But and Abe is frozen. Oh, you back? Is he alive? I think you're back. Why is your mic like resting in between your fucking chin and chest?
Because you can talk like this. And like
fuck off. What are you, one of those fucking like it's a
no,
it's
like
a fucking anti-smoking demonstration at middle school? It's like I used to be a smoker back in the day. Look at what I have to do now.
Matt,
do you ever have smoke? No, I don't. Do you? No, I just stick the cigarettes up my ass. That's how I get my nicotine. Mainly.
Do you think we can do a Schmodown match between you and I right now?
Well, considering the fact that there's no one to give us questions, no.
No, but the thing is, we're gonna grab a Schmodown match. You're gonna pick us somebody, and we're gonna react to it.
Oh.
And keep score.
I don't want to do that, honestly.
Okay.
Really don't. We can talk about the Schmodown stuff if you want to, but I don't want to fucking do a reaction.
You know what I feel,
you're
man?
gonna be like, here's one from fucking 2022, the last season. And two people you've never fucking heard of. Oh yeah, by the way, I was looking at that spectacular we're talking about, And what were you gonna bring up?
I was gonna put Riley versus McQueenie.
Fuck you. But what do you call it? I was like looking, and I was like, because you were talking about, and I was like, oh, maybe I didn't watch this week, and I was like, oh, yeah, no, that's Mike versus Mara. Oh yeah, I remember that.
What
And I
happened to
also
the
have
match?
inside baseball about that. I can't tell
Oh,
on air. But Abe
oh,
knows
yeah.
because I told Abe immediately after I found out. That's what happened, honest to God, with not everything, but there were a lot of things that like people would tell me, and then I'd be like, Abe, you won't believe this shit.
No, I like the. You know which one I like, the collision of T between Guy and Merle.
Oh yeah, the fallout of that. That was
That
one of the
one.
times you told me behind the scenes shit that I didn't know. Because, and this is the honest thing, is because like me and Abe, like we told each other these things because we were not going to tell anybody, and even when we did, we'd fucking lie about. Well, I probably like we were not going to tell anybody. Where it's like there were other people. I'm not going to name names because they're our friends, but like they were in, these other groups, and it's possible they might have like slipped up and said something. Whereas Abe and I didn't do anything except for take free, so there was really no chance of slipping up. And like in the circles I ran, everybody already knew these things anyway. And with Abe, again, it was only take three in which he really only talked to like me and Manning. So like, not really, but
I'll be
like he
honest.
wasn't gonna say anything.
I was never interested, man. Like talking about my online life of getting to know people through the internet, because I thought it was stupid. I'm sorry, I have to be honest. I like
Yeah,
you, man.
you
I really
say this
appreciate
as
your
we've been
friendship.
friends for almost 10 years. Go
No,
right
no,
ahead and
yeah,
tell
yeah,
me
yeah,
how.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, but I really appreciate your friendship. I
This
was
is the
very
guy
cool.
who I consider one of my best friends. But go on, Abe, and tell me.
No, because I thought it was stupid, and I still think it's kind of stupid, right?
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But considering the fact that like some of the people I've met online, I consider better friends than people that I knew in person. I'm like, it's weird, but honestly, hey, if it
So,
fucking
so,
works, it
so,
works.
so, so, no, but what I'm going to is like it became so weird when this drama started. A lot of dramas in here, like,
Yeah.
bro, this guy is fucking 3,000 miles from you. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
No,
Like,
it was yeah. There were times as someone who was in some of the stuff where it was justified, and then there were other times where you're like, really?
no,
Really?
yeah, like I'm not saying I'm not, because online bullying and harassment, it's true.
It's a
Like, it's
thing.
not something.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
thing.
it's a thing,
But
but
like then there
still,
were other times you're right to where it's like, is this really you're really gonna get bent out of shape over this shit? Why?
no, and like people, like it was so weird.
Well, okay.
Like,
The other thing
and
is, and
maybe can I
yeah.
maybe it's
Let me
this, man,
let me
because
finish.
if you spend a lot of time like an outcast, right? Like, let's say, because
Mhm.
I'll consider myself an outcast.
As would I.
Like I find you find a community online, and I think sometimes we fall into this of like, oh, we want to grab and take it, like, oh, these are my friends now, best friends forever and stuff. It's like sometimes like people told me like, oh, I love you, man, and stuff. It's like, what the fuck, bro? like like
No, I
like
totally get what you're
at that
saying.
beginning.
Yes. No. And I agree. And I know what you're saying because like I remember when like being in the early days on the MTS page and like when I joined Schmoeville, like there was this weird like everybody was here, we're a family and we're all friends, and it's like no, like we all like this stuff, but like yeah, because like I didn't really start feeling like that until like I joined Take Three, but that was totally different because what you have to understand, especially in the early like days of Take Three, like we would talk every day. Most days we would hop on Skype and spend like hours just like shooting the shit. So like we really did become friends. Like it wasn't just we comment on the same Schmodown Facebook post. Like we were actually like becoming friends. And I think that's it, because then I think there were people who they just, and again, like you said, it's social outcasts, it's people who maybe have a hard time making friends in person. So to them, oh, everybody on this page, we're all friends because we're all talking together. And you gotta remember, when the MTS page started, there weren't like 100 million people on the first day, like, and so like you can understand how some people did, and then they would get mad over stuff. And it's just like, like, as Nostalgia Critic once said in one of his reviews, like, sometimes strange people just do strange things. Like, and there's no real reason. They're just strange. But yeah, no, it
what
is.
also became weird, and it's something that I battle with, right? Because
Mhm.
it takes a lot to me to open up to people, right? Like I
Yeah.
can be like 6-7 years into a friendship, and like we see each other every week, talk whatever, and
Yeah.
you don't know shit about me.
Mhm.
Give me a second. ¿Qué pa-
I love how Abe's like, you don't know shit about me. Watch how I mute to have a private conversation where I'm like, this gringo, he's at it again. It's okay, mom. I'm about done with the white guy.
No, she asked me if I wanted some food.
Aw, so nice. Remember when my mom
Ah,
came in to close my fucking blinds on the street?
yes. No, but the point I'm trying to make, and like then right away, man, like do you know this conversation, like people talking about their depression and stuff,
Yeah,
like
people,
no,
people. Oh,
but like bro, we know each other for 2 weeks, man. Come on,
yeah,
and
no,
it's online, and it's online. I don't know. I don't even know how you smell, man.
I fully agree, and I dealt with that when I know you didn't, because you weren't really on camera a lot. So
No.
like I dealt with it with the like people thought because they watched us on reactions and the summit and the live show that like they knew us, and like they would say shit, and they would like, and it's like so like we ball bust and we make jokes, and like people would say shit thinking in their heads that it's like, oh, I'm making a joke Matt will find funny, but like I don't know you. So I'm reading your comment at face value. I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? And then they get like mad. Like there was a person, not gonna name, who was on a stream or two, and I think this person kind of convinced themselves that they were our friend and did some weird things. There was a time when we were doing a family game night, and I'll tell you off air all this, what, because you probably don't remember. Like, and Clark had to like sternly call him out on air, and it was like, but that's an example of like this dude like guested on a stream and went, "Oh, we're friends. I'm basically a member of the crew now," and it's like, but you're not. And like that's again, and I'm not
Yeah. Then I
like,
guess like look, we probably stand you guys, because as you said, I was out
yeah,
of
you
camera,
you
but I
were,
was a
yeah,
witness of that. Like
yeah.
you guys probably experienced it in a really low level, because we don't have a big audience, right?
No, look, we weren't
But
like, look,
but
Mark Riley and John
also
Roca and them, like they were experiencing way worse than we were
no,
probably.
but also like it becomes weird because it becomes more personal, like,
Hmm.
oh, Matt comments on the Facebook page, I can send Matt,
You know
like
what? You're
I would
right,
joke about
actually.
it, but it wasn't comfortable. It wasn't comfortable, man. Getting
It
some
it was
strangers sending me a
sometimes.
Facebook request. It was like,
Oh
what the
my
fuck,
god,
why?
yeah. You and me we made a joke about it, but we would end like summits and reactions being like, don't add me on Facebook. Because yeah, I would get that. I would get I got
What was
more
this
like
guy's name? Dominic Reese.
what? Oh, you just kept sending a friend request.
No, he just
Yeah,
sent
but
me
like,
one, and I told her like I will always call him. I hate Dominic Reese.
but no, we would get friend requests, and you and me talked about it. There was a guy who like would send it, we delete the request, and then like a week later he would send it again to us. Like
Yeah.
that was happening to me all the time. I would have people like sending me like message requests, and I'm like, dude, I'm not like, and I think you're right. I think because Riley and Roca were like untouchable. You know, they were the stars of the show, so I can't be friends with. Whereas we were more to their level, and so they felt like, oh well, I love the Schmodown, and man, and he'd comment on the the live streams and we're friends, and it's like, but we're not. And again, I've always said, and I've made this clear, that like my only public social media was Twitter. Now I use like Blue Sky is also public. And those are the only two. My Facebook and Instagram are private. Because I know if you go on Twitter or Blue Sky, you'll never see me post a picture of my family. You'll never see me talk about members of, share pictures. That is for my Facebook and Instagram, because those are private media platforms that I use really to connect with my friends and family. And are there people that I've met through this online space who I'm friends with on Facebook, who follow me on Instagram? Yes. But there are people that I do consider friends. And people get, it was just like this weird of like, why do you want to be friends with me on Facebook? Like, why?
There was a lot of weird interactions throughout. That was
there
goodness,
were.
man. Like it was either involved me with somebody else. It's like how I still cannot grasp like how does this happen? Like who and who
I mean,
and
we
what
would
and what?
we would talk about this stuff, because again, we would be like, isn't it fine? It's like, because we all like, we were just doing this for fun. Like, we loved the Schmodown, we loved movies, like we loved all this stuff. So it was just fun for us. Yeah, did we take it seriously? Like, did we? Yeah, but like, well, okay, we took the Schmodown content seriously. The live show, we were always fucking around with, but that was kind of the idea of the live show. But like, at the end of the day, we were just like having fun. And then it was like this weird thing to where like, yeah, it's weird. Like people
No,
got attached to us.
but
And
it could.
like,
I think go to the point, and I don't want to speak for anybody else or like people
Mhm.
on this channel, that it
Yeah.
just stopped becoming fun, And I
And-
bet it
yeah.
was the reason they left or
I
whatever.
mean,
like
look, I'll say it again. I've privatized it now, so you can't find it anymore. But I ran this article on WordPress after I didn't announce my departure from Schmodown watching, but like there was this time to where like I was seeing a lot of people who were expressing they weren't really fans of the direction the Schmodown was going, and they were being hit with a lot of harsh criticism from Harloff, from other fans defending it. So I wrote this article to explain why I stopped watching the show, because I was like, well, I kind of had a voice in this. I had a voice in this, like space, and so maybe I can use it. And again, my experience is only my experience, but at least I can sort of give the other side to it. And I talked about that, like, I lost the passion for the show. Like, that's why I stopped doing Kristen Knows. I had a long conversation with Kristen when I said, like, I'm not going to be on Schmodown content anymore, because I'm having a hard enough time watching the show for fun. And again, you have to understand, like, being on the summit basically every week, and when Kristen took over, she kind of made me her like second in command. Like when she went on maternity leave, like she put me in charge of the summit. And I know like you can watch the this is my turn to let me finish. You can watch the summit and you can go, oh well, it's just a bunch of people talking about the Toronto matches, how much prep, but like I still have the fucking notebook of all the notes I took and creating talking points for his panels and finding fucking panels, because Take 3 at that time, we weren't the best at everybody was going to chip in. And so you had to go out and you had to get other people, and and it was a lot. And then also to put on an act, keep up with the act of what the persona I had created for Take 3 content, which if you know me in person, we talked about earlier here, Abe's known me for a long time. I love joking. I love fucking around, but like I'm also kind of a quiet, reserved person. And so to have to be like on, to be a little wacky and fucking fun, like it took a lot out of me to do. And so it just like it started to become fucking work. And I always remember Jeremy Johns had this Q&A. This is like when he hit 1 million subscribers. So this is years ago. And he did this whole Q&A, and someone had asked him why he doesn't do like I'm gonna keep talking even though Abe's not here. He would do this Q&A about what hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. He someone asked him like why he doesn't do like because he was watching Game of Thrones, and they were like, "Oh, why don't you do like episode reviews?" And he was like, "Well, the thing is like I'll talk about when big things happen, but like if I was gonna watch Game of Thrones every week and review it every week, it would just become like a job. It'd be like, "Ah, fuck, I have to watch Game of Thrones tonight and then I gotta make a fucking video." And like that's what kind of at the end Schmodown content became for me, like reactions and more so the summit, but like both of those things, it was kind of just like I have to watch a Schmodown match today. Like, I don't want to watch a fucking Schmodown match today, you know? Because, like, the show was going in a direction that I wasn't a fan of. And it just, yeah, you know, and again, I totally agree. There were people who start to lose their passion for content creation, which I get. It's hard to do this. I mean, I've lost a bit of that's not true. I've never lost my passion. I have a bit lost a drive that I'm trying to get back into creating content on a more regular basis. But like, I totally get that there were, you know, because like, look, it's a lot to take the time to do live streams and to make videos when like, unfortunately, like we're not getting paid for this and we're never going to get paid for this because we were at the height of our powers, like because there were the two different heights of our powers. I say there were the two different like eras of us. There was like the beginning era, and then there was like the second reign, I would call it. Even at the height of both of those, we weren't getting the views and the interactions to where everyone would have been making even $20 a video. You know, like we were never doing that. And so you're not making any money. You know, everybody who was working on this stuff was either a college student or were working a job. And so when like, and that's what we were doing was we were taking our free time and investing in reactions, live streams, in my case, creating, you know, podcasts and video essays. And it's a lot. And so sometimes you can just go, man, I like this shit, but I don't want to fucking do this anymore. And so they stop doing it, and that's totally fine. Or in the case of some people, they were doing multiple things and they really wanted to focus on one thing, and that was totally fine. Their passion really lied in that other thing, and that's great. And you know, it's content creation is a lot, you know, and yeah, that's why you have to fucking do. You have to do it because you like it. Like every video that I put out on my channel are videos that I like and that I care about. And not usually, there's something I want to say about a movie I saw or something. And, you know, and then when it comes to, you know, that's why like, you know, second look, I know I don't make that many episodes anymore, but like, I still I still want to do this Jaws 3 episode. And I want to do Daredevil and Kid and Crystal Skull. I'll get around to them. You know, and there's the reason why I like to do this show is just because, like I said, like Abe is someone I consider a really good friend. We have a lot of fun when we do this shit. And it's kind of, I like having the ability to honestly, with a good friend, just kind of have these kind of conversations or talk about pop culture or just bullshit around. And so that's why I like doing this. But like, you know, like it's a lot, you know, I mean, you know, look at Malcolm. Malcolm used to do a lot more Malcolm used to do a lot more stuff. Jesus Christ. Malcolm used to do a lot more stuff. I not on Take 3 maybe, but like in other stuff, but he kind of is only doing Rankum, and that's fine. That's where his passion kind of lies in. He has from all I know, he has a lot of fun doing the show. And so that's why he continues to do it, even though he stopped doing other things. So like it's just well, that's all.
Talk about a trooper, man. Malcolm.
Oh yeah,
Goldie,
Malcolm
man.
has kept the lights on this channel. Fuck me, man. He really has, because he every fucking week, man, he's pumping out, I mean, again, it's
dude, like 337 episodes.
Crazy. We're on episode 39. Which, mind you, like, I mean, how many episodes did the Summit have? The Summit, I don't even think the Summit like barely got over 100 episodes, I think. Like,
no, man, the Summit got like 50 something, 71. No, probably like around 100.
Yeah, around 100. But like, yeah. So the fact that Malcolm is like over 300 episodes, fucking applause there. Like applause there. He's great. And
Wait,
again,
I love my descriptions. Can I read one of my descriptions?
Yeah, go right ahead.
After a month or so of break, we're trying to get back into the group. Join Master Kristen Smith, Babyface Matt, and the most incredible description writer, Abe, as they discuss the Schmodown life in Chicago, and that's slap. Enjoy.
Which was the description that you got in trouble for?
It's not there anymore. So funny story for the people there. So when the Shirewolves became champions, I had just watched the Teen Titans movie, and there were a lot of feet jokes, right? So I make a couple of feet jokes in the description, and then one of the Shirewolves, I don't know who, contact Chris Clark, telling him like the description wasn't it because he didn't focus on the Shire. I don't know. I think we had an interview, no, with them.
Yeah, we did. We had the first interview with them after they won.
Yeah, so it was about that, and Clark asked me like if I can change the description because like it wasn't focused on the championship. And it was just like it's more like feet. I don't, and I think at the end I'd say, oh yeah, I just watched Teen Titans Go. And
that was the interview to where I made like I think that was the funny thing to where like, because it was Clark Wolf, obviously, it was Rachel Cushing. The thing you have to understand is Rachel, she was a fan before she was in the Schmodown. Like, she was a big Schmoville person and everything, so she knew a lot of us. So, and like she did watch our content, whereas I don't think that Clark did, because there was a part you can find it to where like I make like a Mark Riley joke because obviously it's me and that's my thing, and like she kind of respond and like it's like half joking and half serious, and you can see me to be like, oh fuck, like I regret this.
So I guess this episode, it's after the Shire Wolves, so I have to read you this description. So it says, this week on the Summit, Matt, Sandy, and Brooklyn talk about one of the ultimate Schmodown Anarchy tournament between Paddington 2 and the War Machine, and the Ed couple versus Team Sevs. Ev is not writing the descriptions anymore because, well, he's weird. We cannot have that guy on our roster anymore.
But yeah, I remember. And again, you can go back, you can watch it. You can literally see the moment where I'm like, oh, I've made I thought she was a part of the joke, and she's not a part of the joke. I've made a bad choice here. And I think I just really try to quickly play it off and just be like, oh, well, all right, let's go. Yeah. I mean, again, it was fine. It wasn't like I didn't hear from, which, believe me, back in that times, you with the Chris Clark, not Clark Wolf. I would have heard from Chris Clark if she was really pissed off. So I don't think she was, because remember when we got off the stream, Kristen hopped on, and we were all like still chatting and whatever, and so like I don't think there was any. And again, the thing kept going. So, but it was you can watch the where it's like, fuck, like, because I think you can see Rachel is like, here goes Matt with his fucking Mark Riley shit, and then I'm just like, oh.
It's funny because sorry, I'm reading the descriptions. Christian is really feeding a bottle to Kara in one of the.
You used to do our lower thirds. I remember those were funny because we never knew what our lower thirds would be. Because that was back before we were live streaming. That was when it was still pre-produced.
It's because, as you mentioned, like it was fun. Like honestly, I had a lot of fun editing.
Yeah, well,
But I
because that
think it
was
became a
also
point.
during the second reign of who was in charge of that show. And
No, and I think it became
Finish your point.
I think sorry, it's because I'm reading the descriptions.
Yeah, you're reading the descriptions.
Yeah, it became evident that maybe the energy wasn't there from everybody.
Yeah, by the end, you can feel that, like, again, that's why I left. I mean, you can. That's why we stopped doing it. I think that's why we were just like, let's just stop doing Shmodown stuff because it's clear none of our hearts is in this anymore. You know, like I think that's why we just stopped doing it because we were just like, what's honestly the fucking point? You know, like I genuinely think one of the last, I could be wrong, but like Jacob was, funnily enough, was on like one of the last episodes. It was like you, Doug, and Jacob, because I think the thing was like the reason why like me and Kristen couldn't be on it.
There's one for Jacob
because me and Kristen couldn't be on it because I think it was fitting with Jacob's schedule, and because Jacob was still living in Australia at the time. Me and Kristen were like, we have our full-time jobs, like we can't just do a fucking stream. And you and Doug were like, oh well, we'll do it with him. And it's like, I mean, just watching that, it's like Jacob even says at the start, it's weird to be on the show he created. And like, you're you, but then also, and I feel so bad for him because like Doug, like obviously was not friends with Jacob. So there's no like rapport there. And so he's got a dude that he basically just met. And then he's got you who, like, let's be honest here, you were not always the best fucking panelist on the summit. Like you knew what you were talking about, but like, so like Doug
just couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, Doug was just up. You can watch poor Doug. I love Doug, but like he was up shit's creek without a paddle because it's like, and I get that. Like I totally get that when you like, you know, like that's why like it was hard when like I was running the show and like the regulars couldn't be on. I'd have to like really reach out to people and hope to God that I got people that I like knew and that I knew would be like good on the show, or else I'd be like, oh fuck, this is gonna be a really hard fucking episode to do.
So I think technically the last episode was 103.
That's the one I'm talking about, right?
No, it's Malcolm. It's not me.
Oh shit.
There you go. I don't know.
I thought you were on it for some reason.
No.
Oh well then. All right. Well, I don't know, man. Well then,
wow,
even
look at me.
Well, even still, like Malcolm wasn't on the channel when Jacob was, right? Or was he? He might have.
I think the tail end of it.
He was right at the tail end. But
no,
yeah,
he was.
Yeah, he was. But I just remember watching it and just being like, this. I just remember watching it and just being like, this is odd. And then, again, no offense to the three of them, but like it was like, I think I'm not trying to speak for him. I don't know, but I think you can kind of feel Jacob as like, I kind of thought I was going to do this with the people that I knew more, you know, like I think he thought it was going to be like me and like Kristen were going to be on there, but me and Kristen again, we're fucking working our jobs. We couldn't just,
you know what I find funny?
What?
There's like, do you remember this thumbnail?
You gotta. Yes, so I know exactly. Bring it up because I know exactly what you're going to talk about. It's a fucking great story.
The fucking Twitter reaction from Rock and Shed.
Do you want to tell the story? Or do you want me to tell you the story?
No, go ahead. I don't remember it well, honestly.
Okay, so here's the story. Hold on, I'm trying to fix my fucking headphones. So here's the story. So the story is that Abe makes that thumbnail, which is Andrew Guy. He just beat Riley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he beat Riley. So Abe, this is really great fucking thumbnail to where it's Andrew like sitting in like a fucking like big chair with like a fucking like hunter's like thing, and the heads are of Dan Merle and Mark Riley. Because basically this was after Collision 3 when Guy had beaten Dan Merle, and then he beat Riley, and so there was kind of this thing of like he's trying to take down all the five horsemen. So we posted him, whatever, and Mark Donica, I want to say is his name. He replies, and he's like, "This is a great thumbnail." Like he was giving you credit. He was like, "Oh my god, this is because I think he commented, and then we like tagged you, being like, "Oh well, this is Abe, our graphics guy." And he was like, "Oh," and then Roka chimed in and was like, "Oh, this is," and he showed like this. I'm not trying to be mean to the person made, but like this kind of shitty like. Someone just overlaid a like comic image of the Joker with Roka. And he was like, someone already did this years ago. And Donica was like, got really mad at fucking Roka. He was like, dude, all I'm trying to do is just like give credit to a fan for creating Mark. Why are you like attacking us for this? And Roka like said something. Fucking Andrew Guy Jones in is like, he's like incoming apology text and two. And then Donica privately messaged you to be like, hey man, I just want to say that was a really cool graphic. I remember all this because we were like,
me. He tweeted at me. He
tweeted at you. I find private message, but like
I'm looking it up right now.
It's like, oh my god! Like if you can find the whole, you gotta read the whole thread. You gotta read the whole thread, man. You gotta read the whole thread and see how it starts.
Okay, so I post a picture, right? So it's
so
make sure to tune in to Take 3 on Monday. Cairns_Matthew was able to sit down with the GOAT, the legend killer, Andrew Guy. Don't miss it. And I put the thumbnail, right?
Yeah, you put the thumbnail. Okay.
And then Roka says, John, looks awfully familiar. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I guess I'm flattered. Try being an original kid. Been there, done that, DOG. And if you fucking know it, the outlet's coming for you. And this graphic, which I don't want to throw shit at it, but not the best.
No, someone took a pre-existing picture of the Joker and just like overlaid pictures from the Shmoda, and yours was like.
Mine looks like on point. Look,
that's a fan making it. It's great, but like you really like you fucking really took your fucking time with that grab. Like you didn't just paste Andrew Guy's head on something.
And I don't know. I think you put this. Was you that responded to Roka?
Oh, wait, what? Is there no context?
And I think it's Roka commented again, man.
Oh wait, no, I think it's because I saw Finstock's head and I was like, did Finstock eat you? I don't know. What's the? I need the context for that picture.
This one is when they beat him. Yeah. That's when they beat him.
But what's the context of the picture?
Oh, you responded to this picture.
Oh, it's probably because Finstock says in the middle, and so I'm like, wait, but Finstock beat you. You didn't beat Finstock with fucking on. Oh, there was no comment. I just commented the picture.
And then Roka said, oh, wait, here's another original that was recently dot copy. Gotta work harder to be original here, people. All Nation, the OG. And it's Christian versus Roka.
Oh, yeah, because I think Brian, what was his name? Not Brian Davis, but whoever the guy was doing the graphics for Shimoda, and he had done a like Warrior one for Guy versus Bateman's match, so that's what that was in reference to.
And then like a lot of job watching that guy beat the idiot Riley by way of TKO is the best thing ever. Always with the world.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Just go get to the Donica shit, you fucking bastard.
No, dude, the thing is Donica deleted his Twitter, so we cannot watch his.
Oh no! Damn it! So the entire, not the entire reason. At least we still see Roka's. All right then.
Yeah, a lot of love towards me,
Yeah.
and stuff.
Well, it was a great graphic.
Yeah, it's one of those
Yeah.
things that
Yeah, no,
legend.
that was. I remember that happening. We were like, "What the fuck?" Like,
I'll be honest, dude. I always enjoy steering the pot.
what?
Whenever a kid,
What'd you say?
I enjoy steering the pot, like causing reactions of people.
Yeah, and it was just like, but it was just, I will never forget that, like, Roka replied to Donica, and then, like, Donica was just like, why do you have to be, like, such an asshole? Like, and then he's like, whoa, I'm just making jokes, man. And then Andrew got just sweet with the incoming apology text and what? Like, just fucking fanning the flames, which Drew was fucking excellent at. But it is, like,
no man, like Roka was my favorite competitor, one of my favorites. I don't know if my favorite.
yeah.
And it was always fun seeing him interact. I think sometimes he took it way too far.
I think that I will say that I loved Roka as a competitor. I loved ball busting with Roka. I think we had a very good rapport with each other. But there were times, not so much with me, but like there were times when like he did overstep it. Like honestly, that one is like a weird one to where it's like yes and no. I think when he kept going after Donica, that's when it started overstepping it. Him just like sharing the graphic of a similar thing, like, okay, you're being the outlaw, da, 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 you know. But like I think that's when it started, like, you're fucking playing into this a little bit too much, I think, you know.
Yep.
And I mean you say homeless people should just be assassinated. It was too much.
You know, there's fucking a shit ton of laws in California right now that are fucking removing homeless and putting them in jail. like, man.
God damn. Jesus, talk about someone that I like had this realization because
What the fuck? Look
what?
at me, horrible bastard. You know
What is this from?
I don't know, from Twitter.
Oh, okay.
No, but like that's the awkward stage when you let your hair grow. That it looks horrible. That was me.
Wait. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about me or you?
No, me.
Oh.
I look horrible, man.
Oh. Wait, what is that? Oh, that's our 4-year anniversary tweet that I probably made. Or you?
It's so nice to see all you lovely people on Twitter. So I wanted to come here because we're good friends at Avery Productions. I don't know if you know them, but they're really awesome. They told me that they are very close to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I don't know what YouTube is. I don't use YouTube, but I know Take 3 is amazing. They're so great. They're so nice. I always come in on the shows, and I'm like, and it's always so much fun. Unsubscribe. Just do it. Do it now. Take 3 Productions 4-year anniversary extravaganza with special guests Arnold Schwarzenegger. Time coming day live. King Diesel.
What the fuck was that, man?
Come to Bog. And Vinny.
Oh my
The
god.
best thing
What
about it is
the
we never
fuck?
even ended up doing that stream.
Really?
Yeah, that's the
We
4
should
year.
do
We did a 5-year stream, but we never did the 4-year because we could not get schedules for anyone. Like, come on. So I made that. Oh my god. Oh, that's
We
fucking
should do
great.
like a third anniversary stream for like today, like next week. Like, oh yeah, man, and we know the channel's been like almost 10 years old.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus. That Arnold one. That must have been when I like figured out you could like do that shit. I was like, this is gonna
I
be a
think
great
that one
idea.
you were in a deep dark place, man.
I must have been really fucking bored. The spectacular. I remember making that video. I'd be like, this is gonna be. And I think if you go back, I think I tagged everybody.
No, I'm trying to see what I can find here.
I think I definitely tagged like Vin Diesel and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Kermit the Frog. How my Twitter account for Vinny never like got blocked by the Kermit Frog like official Twitter, I'll never understand.
This is Beanie and Raul.
Was that when we were reviewing Black Panther?
No. Dude, okay, look, man, I'll be honest with you. I cannot get in Raul character anymore because I became him. So this is Raul.
I can't remember the
Be
last
honest with
time
me.
that I. What?
Can Beanie come back? Maybe not
I
this
literally
week.
about to-
Maybe not this week. Maybe on the next show. Can
I
we have
don't
like
know.
a 10-minute
Yeah.
conversation with Beanie?
Dude, I genuinely don't know if I could do the voice. It's been so long since I've done it.
That's
I don't
why,
know if I could do the same voice.
But you think you can go grab this motherfucker from your closet?
Well, then wasn't that the whole thing? He moved out of my closet. Him and Kermit moved
Well,
into a closet in New York together. I feel like that was
do you think you can bring it back just for a 10
Dude, I
minute
was gonna write a
conversation?
movie about that. I had this idea when
Yeah,
I
you
was talking
talked to
about
me about it.
when I was in a very low place after I graduated college and I hadn't gotten a job. I was like, I'm gonna write this fucking mini movie. And it's basically gonna be like The Fugitive and Logan, but with Vinny. And the plot is it begins with that vine of Kermit falling over, and it's apparently Kermit the Frog committed suicide. But Vinny is like, yo, what's up? It's fucking Vinny here. Like, that's not even the voice. Fuck, I have to listen to old shit. But like, he's basically like, nah, this is bullshit. Like my best friend didn't kill himself, and so he goes in search of the real killer. At the end of it, it's Fozzie Bear who killed Kermit because he was sick of Kermit stealing the spotlight for years. And they have a fist fight. They have a fist fight behind a 7-Eleven, and at the very end, Vinny's gonna fucking kill him, and it's like, nah, Kermit wouldn't want me to do this. I was gonna do this. Oh my god. And I was like, I'm gonna play 3 roles. I'm gonna play Vinny, I'm gonna play fictional version of myself, and then I'm also gonna play basically Tommy Lee Jones as the like US Marshal, except there's just gonna be me with a really my plan was to go to like the dollar store, and you know those like they have like it's like 10 like different like fake mustaches. Every scene I have a different fake mustache on as the cop character. And like, oh my god. And the poster was gonna be, there's that famous Logan teaser towards like his hand with the claw. It's gonna be Vinny's hand holding the Miller Lite bottle. I was gonna do this.
I want to talk to Beanie next time we do this show, probably next month.
Yeah, probably next month.
I want.
Don't know if I can do the voice anymore.
I won't be. Maybe he's sober now. Maybe he's sober.
Maybe. Yeah. I'll see. I'll see if I can get Vinny on here. I think this is a solid place to end. So until next time, folks. I don't fucking know. Welcome to the inside of our crazy minds.